What do these guys and these guys from Mesa, Arizona have to do with this Hudson, this Jeep truck, and this very unique and rare supercar? Well, watch to the end as I go through the history of the Randall family and how this Gremlin 401 XR came into existence. Melvin Fuller Randall was born in Pine, Arizona in 1910 and became a Hudson dealer in 1940 in Mesa, Arizona. You may be familiar with Hudsons, as this fabulous Hudson Hornet dominated NASCAR in the early 1950s.
How could a car like you quit at the top of your game?
You think I quit?
Well, Melvin didn't quit either. However, in 1954, due to falling sales and dwindling profits, Hudson merged with the struggling Nash Corporation. Nash had some interesting cars, but these were never really big sellers. You may remember this Nash Metropolitan. The new corporation was renamed American Motors, or AMC. Back then, AMC branded their cars as Ramblers. Melvin, now with his two boys, Skip and Grant, named their former Hudson dealer Randall Rambler AMC. But in 1968, American Motors decided to phase out the Rambler name. What about Jeep? Well, in 1953, the Kaiser Corporation acquired the Willis Overland Corporation, saving the Jeep brand. But in 1969, AMC Motors acquired Jeep from the failing Kaiser Corporation. But that was good news for the Randalls, because now they were able to acquire the Jeep franchise. Skip and Grant had already been bitten by the racing bug, but soon Grant's three sons, Michael, Danny, and Johnny, were working at the dealership, following in their father's footsteps in more than one way. They had also gotten bitten by the racing bug. With the car business being a little more stable in the 1970s, it was time to have some fun, and fun they did have. Grant and his three boys raced everything under their roof. They had quite a bit of success racing their Jeep brands in off-road racing like the Mint 400 and the Baja 1000. They also had some success racing the Trans Am Road Racing Series. And then there was this car. More on that a little later. What better way to have fun than to be able to write off the expense on your taxes? The Randalls soon incorporated their racing hobbies into their marketing campaign for their dealership, and it paid off, propelling them to one of the top-selling Jeep dealers in the United States, which is no small task for a dealership in Mesa, Arizona in the 70s. Soon the Randalls became to AMC what Mr. Norm had become for Dodge and Don Yanko for Chevrolet. In 1971, American Motors decided to install a 304 V8 into its version of the economy car, the Gremlin, calling this version with the 304 V8 the Gremlin X. Michael Randall, knowing that the 304 V8 had the same block and the same dimensions as the 401 V8, had an idea. He quickly swapped out the 304 V8 and replaced it with the 401 and headed to the drag races. Knowing the success that Don Yanko has had with installing bigger engines in Chevys, the Randalls set out to do this with the Gremlin. AMC soon caught wind of it but thought it was a good endeavor to help create a sportier image for AMC and provided them with 20 brand new 401 V8s to install in the Gremlin X. These new Gremlins with the 401 V8 installed were now designated the Gremlin 401 XR, R for Randall. And yes, if you were lucky enough to get one of these, it would only set you back $2,995. It is believed that somewhere between 13 and 20 of these Gremlin 401 XRs were ever built. And only a couple of them have been found, verified, and restored, making this a very rare vehicle. They were all built custom as per their customer's order or desires. Some came with automatics and some came with manual. You could have different rear end gearing and also different decals. There wasn't a set template besides the 401 V8 that came with these Randall 401 XRs. Since all of these XRs started out life as an X, it's hard to identify these by the VIN number alone. But if you are fortunate enough to find one with the original buyer's order, you better purchase it. You've just struck gold. In 1987, the Chrysler Corporation purchased the American Motor Corporation solely for the Jeep brand. In 1988, the Randalls were bought out, and that ended the legacy of the Randall Jeep AMC dealership. Even though the dealer is no more, the current fourth generation of Randall boys are still racing Jeeps in the desert, with just completing the King of the Hammers race in California. You can follow them on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please feel free to share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Did you never come back?
Well, I really didn't have a choice. Mater didn't get to say goodbye.
Goodbye! Okay, I'm good.